So I remember asking, I said, what is it that they have that we don't have? They have a way of doing things in a very professional way, but they have money. Otherwise, we have it all.
He ever came with a suggestion. I don't know why, but if anyone else gave it to me, I was fine. If he gave it, I would say, you only direct it. I don't want to direct.
I'm behaving like Meghna. It's not Avika on the screen, and I really like that about this film a lot. Being that character made me feel so much, so many emotions about my own family.
I'm 74, Vikram is 52, and she is a young girl of 30.
28.
Hello and welcome to ETimes. Today we've got with us Anand, Pandit, Mahesh Bhatt, Krishna Bhatt and Avika. Now, Bhatt, my first question to you is, Alia is making her Hollywood debut. Please, what have you seen it? What does what
Well, my heart soars with pride when I see her standing with the who's who of the international players, like Glad, and who's the other guy, Jamie? Yeah, to see her standing there, without being at all pygmied by the idea that it's a Hollywood, major heavyweights of Hollywood. Was such a delightful sight, because that's what young India is. The young of today do not feel slighted or don't feel lesser in any way to the international talent. So I remember asking, I said, what is it that they have that we don't have? She says, money. They have no money.
Simple. Yeah, very simple.
And I think she said it with great humility. And she says, yes, and they have a way of doing things in a very professional way, but they have money. Otherwise, we have it all. So I think that confidence is very important for the nation, that the young feel that they are at par with the forces that are ruling the world.
Now, Bhatt, you've known Vikram since '92. Before 1992, if I'm not wrong.
I've known him since he was a child.
Yes, but he
was Praveen Bhatt's son.
Yes.
He used to come and look at me very intensely on the set, and he used to imitate me. His mother used to say,
"Wow,
कि आपकी नकल करता है घर जाके, मैं बड़े dangerous आसा रहे हैं."
So life has come a full circle for you, working with Praveen Bhatt, then Vikram Bhatt, and then Krishna Bhatt.
Yeah.
How has that circle come for you?
Well, for me, she is my grand assistant.
Grand assistant.
Yeah, see, I've been blessed by a granddaughter, and I've got now a grand assistant. So, but it's been, as I was telling earlier, that this is the age of reverse mentoring. And the elders must learn from the young. So I was telling Anand ji that आपका नाम ऊपर आना चाहिए था, क्योंकि मैं उस प्रथा में यकीन नहीं रखता कि the elders will always teach and the youngsters will always listen. The young have a lot more to teach us, and I have always never resisted that process. That's why after 54 years, I'm still perhaps here, sitting down with this younger, relevant team. He's a young entrepreneur in the movie business. We have a young actress who's made headlines in South India, and you have a young, budding director. So that only comes by realizing that the young are vibrantly alive, and they have the language of today, which they can talk in to the world outside there. And no matter how wise we think we are, वक्त के साथ हमारे handwriting जो है वो dated हो जाती है. So that's why I keep on saying कि इस दुनिया में लोग बूढ़े हो जाते हैं, बड़े नहीं होते. तो बड़ा होना ये होता है कि आप gracefully accept करें, और जो कैंडी शॉप होती है वहाँ पर बच्चों की भीड़ हो, वो लड़ रहे हैं, झगड़ रहे हैं कैंडी शॉप के लिए, अपना कैंडी पाने के लिए, तो समझ में आता है. मगर आप क्या कर रहे हैं वहाँ पर? It's their turn now.
True. Krishna, how was it to work with your grand uncle, if I can say so?
I think that working with Mahesh uncle is, he says reverse mentoring, but I feel like I got a mentor who not only taught me but also respected whatever I had to say. He didn't look down upon my views or my ideology or what I thought should be done. I also usually when someone writes a film, I think it's very difficult to part with what you've written
Yeah.
as a writer. But Mahesh uncle just, right before the film started, he made me go to the writing room and narrate the film as I saw it. Um, and he told me that he doesn't want an executor. He wants someone who is telling a story as they see it. So he wrote the film, but he made me also write it in a way in my head, so that I don't go on set without understanding the emotional quotient of the film. And he has such a strong emotional quotient that he doesn't put life aside. He brings whatever life has taught him to the table and uses it to enhance everything in his life. And that's what I've learned, that wear everything that you've gone through on your sleeve and use that to make art.
Okay. So did your father Vikram Bhatt, who's worked with him for, I don't know, since 90s, before 90s as well, as an AD as well, did he give you tools as to how to handle Mahesh Bhatt?
No, dad told him not to come to my set. He told dad that so if dad ever came to coach me, in the sense that ever like coach me in the sense, if he ever came with a suggestion, I don't know why, but if anyone else gave it to me, I was fine. But if he gave it, I would say, you only direct it, I don't want to direct.
See, I never went on Vikram's set when he was working under me.
Oh, really?
Never. I never do remote control direction. Once I give you the charge, you are the boss. I worked under her. So it is under her that 1920 agreement. We were there to be drawn from, but ultimately it was her vision. And of course, Vikram's expertise was there in the world of virtual reality, which is now here, and the Unreal Engine and augmented reality, which has taken this picture to another level. So it's not possible to make a film of this budget look so lavish
Yeah.
and big in these times and make it cinema worthy and not only OTT experience. So we actually have three time zones. You see, I'm a 74,
Yeah.
Vikram is 52, and she is a young girl of 30.
28.
28. 28, sorry. 2 years is a lot of time. Yeah. 28. So I think those three time zones have, and you have a young
Yeah.
entrepreneur giving his name to us, which makes, and he's the most relevant player of the times. So when you have Vikram's product being endorsed by him, it gives credibility that you're still relevant in the scheme of things.
True.
Especially post-COVID, these are very dangerous times. So that it's a kind of a triumph for us that she, who was already a star in South India, in the Telugu industry, that I'm told that we are having more than 1,000 screens.
Yeah,
And
totally.
to make inroads into Telugu and Tamil is something which was unimaginable for us. And that fortunately she made a film which the real market players went and saw
Yeah.
and felt, yes, in these terrible times, we can take the film and hope to get bums on the seat.
Pandit sir, what made you back this film? What did you see as the Mr. Moneybags to give your money to fund this film?
Yeah, I had always, Bhatt Sahab ko to dekhte hue, we have grown up.
Yeah.
And for me, it was a chance to work with Bhatt Sahab, Vikram. Vikram is a good friend of mine, and Vikram's daughter, all three. So that was a very attractive package for me. That's one. Second, 1920 is a sequel. So I thought in today's time, sequels are doing very well. And especially with this kind of genre, birds are very popular
Yeah.
with this. So we took that calculated risk.
Avika, how was it for you to explore the horror genre because it's very untapped, and I've heard that you cry very easily. So how was it
Yeah.
shooting this one?
I've cried in this film as well. So, yeah, about the genre, I think horror is very difficult. Whenever somebody asks me which is your favorite genre and which one do you want to challenge yourself with, I do mention horror because it's not just about scaring people, but it's also about reaching that space in the audience's heart that makes them feel that they are going through something
Yeah.
like this. So it is very different to make it believable and authentic. So, yeah, it was a big challenge, and for the first time, people are going to see me in something like this, and I look different. I am, I'm behaving like Meghna. It's not Avika on the
Yeah.
screen, and I really like that about this film a lot. Being that character made me feel so much, so many emotions about my own family that I want people to watch it, with an open heart, because they'll also realize a lot of things about their families and feel a lot more different and deeply about their families. So I really like these little details about this film.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.